Welcome back to the History of Money series. In this episode, we review why we use money and cryptocurrencies with no intrinsic worth and yet hold a firm belief in their value. Since the 1930s, much of the world has carried on trading in US dollars, which is backed only by the full faith and credit of the US government. Even though dollars aren't backed by anything of intrinsic worth, the US government has borrowed billions to rescue its banks and created stimulus plans that dramatically increased the supply of dollars in circulation. Some predicted that this would lead to a big fall in the value of the dollar on the basis that printing money to save economies through increased consumption tends to lead to price inflation. Many years later, this still hasn't happened. The US dollar retains its value perhaps because so many countries are holding their wealth in US dollar assets, and people simply have faith in the currency. If many people hold the same belief in a currency, then its power in the market becomes real, in turn reinforcing the general optimism that the dollar will stay strong. This is called fiat money. This means that the government can print as many dollars as it wants, as often as it wants, and the more it prints, the less value each dollar possesses. The African country of Zimbabwe experienced a worst-case scenario in the early 2000s. In response to some serious economic problems, the country's central bank began to print money at a staggering rate, resulting in hyperinflation. During this time, the currency lost 99.9% of its value, and prices rose rapidly, forcing consumers to carry around bags of money just to purchase basic items. At the height of the crisis, the Zimbabwean government was forced to issue a 100 trillion Zimbabwean dollar note. Eventually, the Zimbabweans began to use foreign currencies more than the Zimbabwean dollar. Minted coins and paper money were once at the cutting edge of technology, but today they are used in just 2% of all transactions. Credit card and electronic banking technology have enabled massive global transactions to take place in a fraction of a second from anywhere in the world. Digital technology is enabling new currencies to be created, like Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrencies, which exhibit the same enduring characteristics as fiat money. These new forms of currency may even begin to challenge the power of government-backed money. Some say that until a government accepts taxes in bitcoins or banks start lending in them, they are not much different from any other token, such as a whale's tooth. But one sign that a new form of money has become important is when governments and banks try to control it, and that is what is happening right now. We hope you're enjoying our web series, The History of Money, brought to you by the Digital Partners Network.